don't go anywhere. I'm going to bring on Whitney next. They're in different places, obviously, and with this quarantine and Instagram live streams, we can only do one person at a time. So let me see. Let's give it a minute so she can reconnect to their account. Whitney, request me. Do you want to go live on the band account or do you want to go live on your personal account? Because I see that you're in here. Let's see. Let me just wait a minute. Hey, everyone. Let me see. I'll request. Well, fuck you too, Barbie. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you watching if you don't like me? Bye. Everyone else out there, hi. Hi to all the nice people. All right, I got a request. Hold up. Here we go. Hi. So nice to see you.
Yes. I figured it out. Yeah, thank you so much for being patient with us. I was like texting Jesse. I was like, you got it. I was like, you got to go to this place and all this places. I don't know.
No, it's all good. I mean, it is weird doing, like I was telling him, it's weird doing, interviews like this now. I mean, it's kind of fun because it's a more relaxed environment. There's not like the nerves of the show and everything, but
I don't know. I think it's more like terrifying.
Really?
Yeah, just because of I thrive off of a crowd.
There's a crowd here.
I know.
Like a virtual crowd.
Yeah, definitely something to get used to.
It's weird. It's weird. So let's go ahead and jump into our questions. For everyone out there that's just tuning in, you guys obviously have a new album that was just released last week. It's amazing. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So being a DIY band from the beginning, I saw that you actually
I don't want to be
posted. Oh yeah, we can see you.
Oh yeah. Sturgeon's over here trying to do my lighting for me.
Oh, that's so sweet. So you actually recently posted that your album is for sale at Target, which I think is amazing. Have you gotten any backlash from that?
Okay, so thank you. I appreciate you. Pretty much I go to Reddit only when I'm being okay, let's see how the internet really feels.
People on Reddit are probably the meanest out of all the platforms.
Oh my god, it's like this other form of self-harm. I just go on there, I'm like, yeah, I am a piece of shit. No, it's no. But they did a poll and they were like, are they sellouts? And 9 people said yeah, but 58 people said no. So I'm gonna base it off of how honest Reddit is. Being we're okay. And my mom was stoked about it. So, I mean, that's cool.
You know what? I think it's amazing. You guys have been doing this for a long time. You've been a band for 12 years. And, you've worked really, really hard. You, do all the managing and, the booking and everything.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody shit on your parade.
I mean, it was this thing whereas how long we've taken to find people to work with and not jumping the gun and getting every offer that was given to us. We're here for the long haul. So we want to, 12 years is just a drop in the bucket for how long we want to keep doing this. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like while you guys have done a lot, you can see that this is kind of you're still like this, it's you're not, you have so much more space to grow and continue to be a band.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, all of our albums are just archives of our life and growing up and growing old or whatever. So this is just another chapter into what we're going to come up with next, or what life throws at us next. Now we're going to interpret that into our music. So, yeah.
For sure. So you actually, there's people out there speculating that it's not you playing trumpet on the new record. I think you're a beautiful horn player. Can you clear up these rumors?
Okay, so I don't know if I should take that as a compliment. Like,
of course it is.
Like, I was just like, did I play too good? Like, or something. I think it was the fact that I was able to do multiple tracks of my trumpet. So there was like these layers that I've never been able to do before, like when we were recording in the closet. Like, so like going in and into like a real studio, and they're like, just do what you want to do, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, fuck yeah, I can make an entire horn section just with myself. I'm like in heaven. It was awesome. So I mean, yeah, it's all me. I mean, Hefe did do like he guested horns, and we credit him because it's like I was just, everyone always has guest vocalists, but no one has like guest trumpet players, and trumpet's like my jam. Like brass bitches all day. Like, oh my god, I love it.
You need to make that a t-shirt, brass bitches.
Hell yeah.
So how did you get started playing trumpet, and like what drew you to that instrument? It's kind of a unique instrument when you're becoming a musician to be drawn to.
Well, it was kind of, okay, so I learned how to like read music before words. Like, I was a piano player up until I was like 12, and I finally went to like public school. Like, I used to go to this like creepy like one-room schoolhouse. Like, that's probably why I'm so weird, and I'm a band kid, so it's like those combinations, it's fine. But when I got into band, I wanted to play like the clarinet or some shit, and they were like, no, you're a trumpet player. And it was like, okay. They brought over like the high school band directors, and they were like, look at her play the trumpet, she's never done this. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And I got a big trophy for most improved, and
that's so awesome.
It was like faded. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of times in school bands, it's like, you know, when they're putting people together for like marching band or whatever, they're just like, here's the instrument available.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy. I didn't know. I was kind of reluctant because I don't know. The trumpets, I mean, it's my favorite thing in the world, like currently, but it does take some time to be like, all right, what the fuck are you? How the fuck are you gonna like, how am I gonna like have this like musical relationship with this like thing when I'm a piano player? And I don't know. Yeah, it definitely fits me though.
Yeah,
which is cool.
At least it's small, so it gives you that you don't have movement when you're on stage.
Hell yeah, it's small and loud and annoying, just like me. It's like perfect. It's like fucking sick.
Oh my god. So on top of piano and trumpet, you also play guitar, which I read you started playing guitar because Jesse couldn't make a show, so you had to like learn all the songs in one night. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it was horrifying because we had a sold-out show at Bossa Nova in Portland, and I was like, how the fuck? So pretty much I went to guitars, like bought a guitar, and on the drive there I just poured like super glue on my fingers because I didn't have any calluses. So I was just like taking my fingers and like looking up the fingering, like the chord structures, and just going at it. And I'm still not the best at playing and singing at the same time, but I think I've figured out my little niche in like being a guitarist. So
that's awesome. I mean, I'm impressed by that. I can't play any fucking instruments, and look how many you can play. What is happening? There's something being set behind you.
What is it? Oh, it's my tits.
Yes.
Oh, you did do it right.
Boom.
Surgeon made it backwards, so you can see it.
So yeah, everybody out there, obviously musicians in this time are out of work, so I wanted to encourage encourage that on my show as a shout out to Zach from Pears, who did it the other day. Everyone tip, please. Tip your artists.
Directly to our band. This is our band thing. Yes. I can't believe we did. That's so silly. Oh my goodness.
If you can set it somewhere where it can just remain for the interview so people can see it while we continue on with our questions and things.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people out there that, they still have their jobs, but they're just working from home. But people like us that were very much artists and independent contractors, it's like, fuck.
I know. But when this whole thing started, I would just wake up in the morning and it was kind of became my routine. I would just roll over, look at my phone, and more dates would be canceled, and I would just scream. I was like, fuck, for 5 minutes, and then go back to sleep and just do it over again. It was definitely at the start of this, it was a shock, because I think this is the longest that I've been in one place in over 10 years. So my entire mind is always on the road. So being what do you mean I can unpack my bag? What do you mean? What's going on? So
yeah, and artists have had to get creative with how to make income in this time, and it's hard. It's definitely pushing all of us outside of our comfort zones, but it's we're going to continue to do what we do, but we're going to do it in this way that we're doing it now.
Yeah. I mean, you got to adapt, and it is intimidating, especially when you're so used to doing, especially something so personal like your art, trying to readjust and adapt to the new normal. But we're doing our best. I don't know.
For sure. So, you've actually cited in older interviews that Leftover Crack are one of your biggest influences, and for those people out there that don't know, you and Sturgeon are actually engaged.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So, how did the two of you get together, and how has that influenced you as an artist?
So I was waiting for this question. I was how, because Leftover Crack is Jesse's biggest influence for sure. Mine's Neutral Milk Hotel. I'm a fucking indie nerd that just loves to scream. So it's I think especially during this quarantine, he's helped me with signs.
Behind you.
I know, he's trying to post it up. You can kind of see it. But I mean, as we were best friends for 4 years or so before we got into our relationship, and I don't know, it was really organic. Just there wasn't even. It was just I love you, and then everyone wants a family and everyone wants love and kindness and understanding, and I think the friendship and the relationship I have with that person can't.
It's awkward to say this when he's right next to you.
No, it's just
go in the other room.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. No, it just, it is just that friendship where it's, hey, I got your back. You can calm down now. You have a family, you have love, you have all these things that, especially being musicians, you don't get to grow roots anywhere. So having someone that understands that and who supports my band, he's my biggest fan, and it's just I don't know, I think it's one of the most beautiful things that I've ever had in my life. So yeah.
Aww, fuzzy love guts. That's so cute. I love it.
Cheese Town. No.
So you actually have a solo album that you're working on. Can you talk about the creative process for you making that and how far along you are?
Oh my God. So, my whole writing process is basically me just experiencing shit and then writing 20 pages of it and trying to piece out what isn't like total trash. And I don't know, it's like I feel like there's like weight on me like from all of my different traumas and all my different experiences, and there's like a list of what do I need to tell people about my story, like what do I need to get out there, and how can I do that the most articulate way that I can. And I think every song, this is why it's been taking me so long, it's I don't want to misrepresent my story to anyone. And that kind of editing process is a lot of just experience over, like, I don't know, day to day. And so I'm halfway done. I've been working on it like every day. So
that's awesome.
I just hope, I mean, I don't even know if it's like a thing for me to even worry about anyone liking it or not liking it. It's just something that I feel like I'm obligated to do as far as giving myself a voice that is independent, and that is something that I can look and be proud of. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the minute that you start making things in hopes that people will like it is the minute that it's not going to be authentic, and then people usually won't like it.
Yeah, and it's like a writer's block when you're like, oh my god, this is shit. And it's like, no, it's not shit. Like, it's just, I don't know. I went through a couple years, like this past couple years, like, of this writer's block where, I don't know, you get influenced so much about, like, these outside sources when it's just text on a screen, you know, and that's how you kind of have to, like I don't know, shift your perception of this criticism. It's like, they don't know you. They don't know, like, I mean, of course, take it all in, but don't let it, like, rule your artistic, like, abilities to be able to share your music. Yeah.
Sure. Aww. So, I want to ask, where did your alias, Death by Squirrel, come from?
Oh my god. It's not Death by Stereo. I'm sorry. Everyone's always like, yeah.
Do people really say that to you?
Surprisingly, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
It's like, no, you guys stopped reading. Like, you stopped reading when you saw
Yeah.
S. You need to continue to read.
So when me and Jesse were kids, we used to call each other, he's younger than me and I'm smaller than him, so it would be like little boy and little girl, and then it turned into little bird and little squirrel, and then I was just like, Death by Squirrel, like, because everything got, like, shattered around us. I was like, I don't know, Death by Squirrels.
And then you wanted to spell it differently instead of
No, that was
like,
Jesse's idea.
Oh.
No. He was like, the squirrels, and I was like, cool.
That's funny. It's a cool name. It's cool.
Yeah.
So last question before we jump into some songs. I saw on your live stream yesterday that, you know, like many of us, you've been struggling in quarantine. It's fucking weird. It's weird times, and I appreciate your vulnerability with that so much. So what's some of the things you've been doing to cope, and what advice would you give to people out there that are also struggling?
I think that, like, it is a transitional, like, weird time right now. Like, you do have to fucking, like, face the person in the mirror, quote unquote, you know what I mean? And those quiet times have become louder, I guess, with everyone dealing with themselves, and it's just that stepping back and being like, okay, like, today, especially like the repetition of every single day kind of looking the same, especially in quarantine. It's like, oh my god, like, becoming dissociative because you don't know what day it is, and it's
every day is awful.
It's like, what's going on? Help. But I mean, there is this kind of strength in finding out and grounding yourself from those dissociative episodes and from those like times where it's like nothing will ever get better. Like the more days that you figure out, you keep surviving and keep being okay. I think in the long run, I think it's gonna be beneficial for everyone. So I don't know, maybe not, but I'm optimistic to a fault. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's definitely a struggle being forced to really be with yourself and all of your feelings every day. And some days it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get drunk because I can't deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, I mean, it is hard, but you know, if you can, you know, go through it, then you'll come out of it maybe having discovered things about yourself and as a stronger person.
Yeah, and being able to like find that comfort level of maybe you wouldn't have been able to reach out to anyone, but since it's given this more of a more of kind of like a leeway into being like reach out for help, like call people, because I mean you can't physically see them, so a lot of like times that you're hanging out with friends, it's pretty shallow and pretty like, you know, you're just drinking or doing crazy shit. You never really get the time to bring your emotions and your personal life into other people's, like, oh, yeah.
Sure. Well, so we've got about 8 minutes left. I want to close with, will you play us a couple songs?
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Can you flash your tip sign one more time? I'm gonna pin it in the comments.
Oh my god.
Oh, he taped it.
Oh no, he taped it.
What is the email address? I'll pin it in the comments.
Oh my god. Hey guys. Alright. Yes.
What is it? Days N Daze?
Booking@gmail.com.
Okay.
And it's all PayPal. Yeah.
Days and alright.
Booking@gmail.com.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pin that in the comments. And I would love if you played us some songs. We've got about 7 minutes left.
All right, I'll do them back to back. This first song is called Rewind. I'm gonna play 2 off of the new record.
Woohoo!
All right. The second one, I think I've only played correctly, like all the way through once in my life, so it'll be fun. Shit. Sorry.
You're good.
Alright. So I moved up to New York. I moved my entire apartment from Texas up here in a day. So I had to leave my guitar.
That sounds like that was really stressful.
Oh my god. I was like fucked up. I was like, I don't know. I like cried for a week. I was like, oh. So glad I did it because I would be so not okay alone in Texas. This song's called Rewind. Overanalyze till it all fades away. When my insane keep pouring out like buddies, my insides are boiling, it burns, it hurts me alive. Today means nothing, tomorrow can wait. Hey, yesterday's a story to tell, just not for today. Where did you go? You're not who I remember. No childish games to a life-drowned addiction. Where did you go? The sunlight brought a smile. Now clouds overhang the remnants of dreams we used to chase. Words we used to dyingly say. When I show players Tell me why should I last only my last breath if all of this crumbles in the end? Maybe what you will see is all you'll ever get from me. And sometimes you gotta find a little rewind in your mind. Even if it's all I today meant something, tomorrow still can wait. And yesterday's the story to tell, just not for today. Alright, I got one more song.
Wow, you have such a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you. On tour, I lose it all the time because I scream a bunch, and people are like, "You don't sound like the records." I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't." I think this is definitely. I hope my voice like come back to where it should be instead of just like screamy town. Okay, this next song's called Ditches, and it's about being good enough, because, yeah. Got stuffed out like cats and tied, scared to take it out, they're stuck without falling. Don't know if it's me I hate, or all the thoughts and choices that I have made. So just for a home, but I can't stop myself from running. Get wasted and I'll hide away. After 25 years to my jaded, bitter age. Just dry your tears for life. Proving that you're worth it, damn, when you always be good. When you're not out, and I baptize my sins in the sweat of my sobriety. Of lonesome nights I spent by your side. The madness that lingers, ripped down the stranger, just carving on a notch, destroying weary face. The fingerprints of innocence, all my selfish lies. The times from now to feel sorry for yourself. I spent so long with my own two hands. 25 years to my jaded, bitter age. But not everyone's trying to hurt you. Proving that you're worth it, damn, you'll always be good. When you're not out, Just 25 years of travel these roads, greatly in between these ditches and carry me home. Just carry me home. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. So everyone out there, go stream and buy Days N Daze new album. And,
Show me the friends. My earring just popped.
if you enjoyed that, you can send them tips to their PayPal. It's pinned in the comments. daysanddaysbooking@gmail.com. Go
Thanks
follow
so
them,
much.
buy their merch, do all the stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Erin. You're such a sweetheart. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good day.
Bye. You too. Bye.